I'm Dallison Gard.
I'm Devin Davenport.
And I'm Colin Alexander.
We're from Midlothian High School, and this is our message to Congress.
We'll be interviewing several classmates and a Richmond City police officer about NSA spying.
As you may know, the NSA has a program called PRISM, in which it works with websites such as Apple, Facebook, Skype, Microsoft, Google, AOL, Yahoo, and YouTube to collect data about you. Some of the information they collect from these websites are emails, chats, videos, photos, file transfers, video conferencing, when and where you log in, and also special requests. The NSA also has a program in which they track phone calls. Not the actual voice call, but they track who made the call and who they made the call to. Thomas Drake was a former senior executive at the NSA who discovered illegal activities happening in the NSA, and was later charged with espionage, but the charges were dropped. Let's hear what he has to say about spying.
So for the sake of our common future and the country we want to keep, we must ask of ourselves some very hard questions. Is the First Amendment becoming a casualty in an indefinite, undeclared war where notions of a free press, public interest, and informed citizenry get in the way of national security interests defined in secret? In our wired and wireless world, what happens to anonymous speech and the press on the internet when the government has a persistent dragnet surveillance system in place? The emergence of a virtual Orwellian state. Do we really want the government listening in on and tracking the lives of so many others? Is the tree of liberty becoming an endangered species? And if we starve liberty for the increasingly myopic sake of security, what will we have left to defend?
Let's hear some student opinions on the topic.
I'm here with Avery Bernstein and Megan Fiekbeiner from Midlothian High School, and we're going to ask you a few questions. Do either of you have an email that is with AOL, Google, or Yahoo?
I have a Gmail.
Gmail, okay, so Google. All right.
Yes.
Do either of you have a Facebook and or Skype?
Yes, both.
Okay. Are you aware that the national government is working with all of those websites openly to collect data for their own national database?
No.
Okay. How does it make you feel?
Well, I don't want my privacy to be encroached on. That's kind of scary.
What if it's for the sake of national security?
Well, then that's okay. If
Yeah.
they need to do it, they have to do it.
Yeah, and plus, I have nothing to hide, so it's not
Yeah.
I don't really mind.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
I'm with Ben Rosenstock of Midlothian High School. We're going to ask you a few questions about the NSA. Do you have an email with AOL, Google, or Yahoo?
No.
You don't. Okay. Do you have a Facebook and or Skype?
Yes.
Okay. Were you aware that all of those sites are openly allowing the government to collect your personal data for their own national database?
No. What was that?
Okay. How does just that make you feel?
I feel like it's a slight invasion of privacy, especially when it has nothing to do with anything criminal.
Okay. What if they said it was for the sake of national security? Would that make you feel any better about it?
Not necessarily.
All right. Thank you.
Now let's hear from someone who has experience in intelligence.
I'm Dallison Gard, and we're going to be conducting an interview on NSA spying on the homeland. Could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Don Davenport. Currently, I am a police lieutenant with the Richmond Police Department. I've spent about 20 years working for the government in some capacity. I will add, though, Mr. Nagard, that anything that I'm about to tell you or any questions that I'm about to answer are of my own opinion. They in no way reflect my police department, my position, or my occupation for that matter.
All right. Thank you. First question. How do you view government spying in the homeland as a whole?
Government spying, in general, I would say is unconstitutional. Much of what I've done for 20 years involves working in the realm of the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment clearly says that, it protects you and I against unreasonable searches and seizures from the government, unless the government is able to provide some sort of probable cause, usually in my realm, issued by a judicial official. And we have to provide some probable cause that says there's a reason we need to search or seize an individual, and typically there's a warrant issued. So when I answer that question, I say generally, government spying is unconstitutional, unless, in my opinion, there is a reason or there is some sort of basis and or probable cause reviewed by some sort of oversight committee. Now, should it be a judicial official? I don't know, because in my world it's criminal in nature, where, you know, that's governed by judges.
And we do that in balance with the responsibility that we also have as an organization to protect the civil liberties of Americans as well as their privacy. And in fact, that constraining aspect of our work is present every day, because even with the authority vested in statute, even with a predicated investigation that has articulable facts that can be substantiated, we still must balance that with a responsibility to retain civil liberties and privacy. So we simply can't do everything that may be available to us until we can demonstrate that lesser intrusive methods have been ineffective or are not practical.
Our message to Congress is to stop all unnecessary spying on American citizens.
Our challenge to Congress is to uphold the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution.
And to defend the United States citizens from unwarranted search and seizures, and to defend their God-given rights as American citizens.